Traders, rising tensions in the Middle East on the back of the tension between the US and Iran presents a lot of opportunities and of course volatilities within the markets. And in this episode, we are going to explore all of those opportunities and how you should be approaching the markets as a trader in these times that we have tensions coming up in the Middle East. Iran's strategic position has it very close to what you call the Strait of Hormuz. Now, the Strait of Hormuz is a very, very narrow corridor, between the Persian Gulf and, of course, the Gulf of Oman, about 21 miles between the narrowest point. Of course, now it is the world's most important choke point. Now, the reason it's the world's most important choke point is because 20% of the world's total oil consumption and of course, about 30% of seaborne traded oil, that means oil that goes through the sea, passes through that Gulf or passes through the Strait of Hormuz. Now, Iran is positioned in such a way that as a retaliation, it can actually attack that Strait of Hormuz. And should Iran even make any serious threat that they are going to block the Strait of Hormuz, the entire market is going to react to that, and you could see as much as a 20 to 30% surge in the prices of crude oil, and that could disrupt the entire global supply chain. Now, of course, how are you going to react to that as a trader? I know all of this is big news, but how do you react to this as a trader, and how is this likely to affect the markets? Now, one of the ways that this could have a very, very strong and solid impact on the market is that global oil prices are going to surge overnight. As at the time of making this video, I think today is the 21st of June 2025, oil prices are currently trading at $73 per barrel. Now, we could see $100 or $130 per barrel overnight should Iran even make a serious threat to block the Strait of Hormuz. Now, that is one very, very crucial thing. Now, should Iran threaten to actually block the Strait of Hormuz, what is the market going to see? How are the markets likely going to react? Number one, we are going to see a major sell-off across financial markets globally. We're going to see a major sell-off across financial markets. The financial markets are going to sell off. And of course, we are going to see a lot of strength going to the US dollar. That means the euro-US dollar is going to fall. The pound is going to fall. And of course, you're going to see the likes of USD JPY. You're going to see the likes of USD CAD. You're going to see the likes of all of these pairs. You're going to see all these currencies paired to the dollar weaken while the dollar rises. Now, the reason that is going to happen, or that is likely to happen, should Iran threaten to block the Strait of Hormuz. Remember, that's what we're examining in this video. Should Iran threaten to do that, what that is likely to do is that every investors are going to quickly sell off and get out of the stock markets because a crash is going to happen, and they are going to park their money in the US dollar as a safe haven currency. The US dollar is a safe haven currency, and in a risk-on situation, of course, it weakens, and in a risk-off situation, everybody runs to the dollar to park their money. The next thing that we're going to examine is that we're going to look at gold. In a situation of global geopolitical tensions and all of these things, gold usually rises to the upside. Gold usually rallies, and of course, on the back of that, because investors, as they pull out of the stock market, they are running to safe havens to park their money. We're going to see them park the money in gold. We're going to see them park the money in the US dollar. And of course, we are going to see investors sell off across stock markets all over the world. And you must understand that some of the biggest buyers of oil, you're looking at China, you're looking at Japan, all of these countries that are very, very technologically advanced in terms of, manufacturing and all that, they rely heavily on oil. And this could seriously disrupt their activities and, of course, disrupt, their operations within the markets. And, of course, emerging markets are going to suffer. Of course, those of us here in Nigeria, while this could spell a rise in oil, of course, this could spell a rise in oil that could equally increase the demand for the Nigerian oil, because of course we do not use that particular Strait of Hormuz to send our oil across the world. We do not use that at all. So that could increase demand for the Nigerian oil. And what that could mean for us here in Nigeria is that we could see the dollar weaken in Nigeria. We could see the Naira appreciate against the dollar. Now, why the Naira could appreciate against the dollar is that, of course, we're going to have an increased demand for our crude oil here in Nigeria. And, of course, we're likely going to sell more should Iran decide to actually block the Strait of Hormuz. And if Iran chooses to pursue other avenues of, retaliating at the U.S., which historically they have always shown to retaliate, either they attack an embassy somewhere in the world, or, they do the 9/11, or however it is they choose to approach all of these things, that remains to be seen. But the purpose of this video is to examine this crucial fact, which is the Strait of Hormuz, a very, very important and crucial corridor in the global oil supply chain. What we have done in this video is to examine that and the potential impacts that that could have on the market. So as a trader, you should be positioning your portfolio. You should be lining up your portfolio along the currencies, stocks, of course, commodities. And of course, if you're going to be trading bonds or going to be looking at Nigerian markets, that's really, really good for you. And of course, Nigerian oil companies and oil companies, that do business here in Nigeria could significantly be impacted positively on the back of such rising tensions should Iran decide to block the Strait of Hormuz. So if you like this video and you managed to watch up till this point, I welcome you to join my Telegram channel, of course, where we share content. And of course, we also share, trading analysis and all of these things, technical analysis as opposed to sharing fundamentals. This goes to YouTube, goes to TikTok, and of course, goes wherever it goes across social media, Facebook and the like. So I'll be more than happy to see you on the next video. So give me a follow, like, and of course, leave your comments in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to always engage with you. Cheers.